Behind me here, I have a 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo powertrain Toyota Tundra, and I'm going to give you some real life first-hand driving impressions of what it feels compared to what it used to be, which was a 5.7 liter V8. I'm also going to touch on what we hope or expect to see happen for a possible redesign, maybe in 2027, of what that could bring for powertrains. Will Toyota stay with the twin turbo 3.5 liter V6? Will they go electrified only, like we're seeing them do with a lot of their models and powertrains? Or will they bring back some version of a V8? Let's get right into it. All right, everyone, I'm inside the cabin here of this very big CrewMax TRD model Toyota Tundra. Like I mentioned, it's got the 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. It's not the iForce Max powertrain here. And this is probably one of the most controversial moves Toyota made in a while, where they redesigned the Toyota Tundra, or when they redesigned the Toyota Tundra and decided to swap out the V8, which came in a 5.7 liter or a 4.6, I believe, as well. And they put in the 3.5 liter twin turbo. Since then, the Toyota Tundra has been doing very, very well, and it's been taken very well by the consumers, the customers, and even the viewers, because the actual performance is better on the 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo than it used to be on that V8, as well as fuel economy. But let me tell you firsthand, let's go on a quick drive with this Toyota Tundra, and I'll give you my real life driving impressions. What do you say we hop in and let's go for a ride? Let's see how the feel is, the responsiveness, the acceleration. Let's get right into it. So from startup, you can actually tell very quickly that you're not driving a V8, you're driving something smaller, and that's okay. There's no big loud roar. It's quite quiet, quite subtle, and it's even more quiet and subtle on the hybrid iForce Max versions as well. But let's get right into the drive. You know, I'm not really a pickup truck person per se, but overall it's quite easy to drive, maneuver, and handle the Toyota Tundra. The responsiveness on the steering wheel is quite surprising. It feels like most cars in terms of overall responsiveness and handling. Now, overall, my immediate reaction to being inside the cabin here and being the driver for this Toyota Tundra current generation is that it's quite spacious, like very spacious on the interior. I've got plenty of room everywhere, leg room, shoulder room, head room, and in terms of visibility, I would say that the front windshield is positioned perfectly and is absolutely the right size. There's really no blind spots. The side windows are massive. The side mirrors are perfect sizing for this setup, 5.5 foot box with the CrewMax. I mean, driving it is extremely easy and effortless. Now, although Toyota did do a fantastic job keeping the inside cabin comfortable for both the driver and the passengers, I've got one thing you can do to step up your game, and that's some custom all-weather floor mats from Lasfit. They are the sponsor of this video. Let's check out these all-new weather floor mats. That's right, guys. If you want to get the most out of your Toyota Tundra's interior, consider getting an upgrade to your OEM all-weather floor mats and pick up these all-weather rubber mats from Lasfit that are actually made from a premium TPE material. They upgrade your interior cabin by far and are more superior than the OEM mats, covering a larger area with higher edges. These premium TPE material all-weather floor mats are actually laser cut to ensure a perfect fit in your Toyota Tundra's interior for the driver, passenger, and the rear seats, especially over that second row hump. These all-weather floor mats are actually quite pliable and not too hard or stiff, and they don't have any offensive chemical or rubbery odors like you might be used to with other all-weather floor mats. They'll arrive in a compact delivery package, making it easy to handle. They're super light and easy to clean, with usually just water doing the trick. So guys, if you're interested in upgrading your Toyota Tundra's interior with some premium all-weather floor mats, check out the link in the description below to get yourself a set of all-weather floor mats from Lasfit. Let's continue on with this driving impression. In terms of speed and performance, actually the V6 twin turbo outperforms the V8 if you didn't know. 0 to 60 in just 6.1 seconds, whereas the 5.7 V8 had a 0 to 60 rating of 6.7 seconds. So that's quite faster, quite more peppy in this smaller 3.5 liter. Let's talk numbers. The outgoing 5.7 liter V8 from years ago, a legend in the truck world, made 381 horsepower and 401 pound-foot of torque with no turbos or no fancy tech. Just old school grunt paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Entering in this 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, also badged as I-Force when you're looking at the hybrid alternative, it puts out 389 horsepower and a massive and very impressive 479 pound-foot of torque. And if you go with the hybrid I-Force Max, you're actually jumping up to way more than the V8 was ever capable of doing. You're getting 437 horsepower and you're moving up to nearly 600 pound-foot of torque, guys. Do you realize that with the I-Force Max powertrain system, you get 583 pound-foot of torque? The Toyota Tundra with this new powertrain setup, to me, is an absolute beast and monster, and definitely performs in any criteria. With this current generation powertrain system setup, and I'm talking about the 3.5 twin turbo V6, the 10-speed automatic transmission, on the road, the Tundra feels planted. The steering is light at low speeds and firms up just enough on roads like highways and freeways. Now, in my opinion, I've driven both the 5.7 liter V8 and the current one here that I'm driving. The power band was a little bit different. It didn't really surge, it pulled. So you kind of had to anticipate and predict when you were going to be in that power band to get the most out of your, horsepower, your power delivery, and your torque. Whereas on the 3.5 liter V6, it's quite even all throughout the power band and all throughout the RPM gauge, which is probably most likely due to things like the 10-speed automatic transmission and even the twin turbos. Now, how does the V6 twin turbo sound? Well, it's quite quiet. You don't really hear much unless you floor it, whereas on the V8 it was more noise basically coming from out underneath the hood. In terms of the inside cabin noise, there really isn't much unless you pump on the accelerator under full throttle. If you're looking for that satisfying growl, well then yeah, that's more with the V8 powertrain systems. This is a little bit more user-friendly to the ears, if you want to say. In terms of towing capacity, surprisingly, the V8 and the V6 can both tow up to 10,000 pounds, but this powertrain system does it more efficiently. Now, in terms of off-roading, which I'm not going to even come close to doing today, the lighter front end on this 3.5 liter V6 actually makes it easier and easier to maneuver in terms of off-roading or overlanding, especially when you're going for models like that TRD Pro, which gives you the upgraded suspension, tires, and so on. In a nutshell, guys, this powertrain is quieter, it's smoother, and it gives you better fuel economy than the traditional previous V8. So it wins, in my opinion, and checks off all the boxes. I'm not sure what is in store for 2027. We know already for 2026, there's not many changes to be had in the lineup of the Toyota Tundra and in the powertrain, but perhaps for 2027, we'll see a mid-model change, we'll see a full model change, and I think that will bring some type of changes to the powertrain system, whether it's, more electrified models, maybe a plug-in model. You might see a V8 come back. I mean, who knows? We just saw that Dodge, I believe, or Ram brought back a V8 variant into their lineup. So perhaps we'll see something like that in the near future from Toyota. But guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think is going to happen and what do you want to see happen? I know the topic when you talk about turbocharged or turbos, anything, always comes up with regards to turbo lag. But with this Toyota Tundra, when you accelerate, like I said, maybe it has to do with the transmission, maybe it has to do with the overall setup of the 3.5 liter V6, the way it's tuned or calibrated, but you get almost all the power and torque instantly, and you kind of feel it evenly spread out, like I mentioned, within that entire power band of RPM. So there's really no turbo lag as far as I'm concerned. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you miss the V8? Do you want to see it come back? Do you want some more electrified models when Toyota decides to release or reintroduce a new generation of the Toyota Tundra? And remember, if you want to up your game and get some further protection with some custom fitting all-weather floor mats, make sure you check out the link in the description below for your set of all-weather floor mats from Lasfit that I will tell you you'll be very pleased and satisfied with. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care.